Have you ever just had enough of all the heartbreak and disappointment and abuse that you just one day just wanted to laugh about it because you didn't want to cry and you didn't know what else to do? Well, how many of you know a little bit of our history? Maybe you didn't have a total fit of frenzy and hysteria when you were laughing. Maybe you just chuckled and laughed to yourself because of some kid or some adult's actions that just like, what the fuck was that I just watched? All right, so let's get into this. Now, you can stop to read this if you want to, but I'm just going to kind of give you the highlights and you can do with it how you want to embark on your own understanding. Let's just set the stage here. We're, talking Black Plague and lots of death in villages and towns and in the whole region. And it's a very bleak time. And I remember when I first heard this story, maybe even back in high school or possibly one of my college history classes. Nonetheless, I remember the story being told when this woman just started laughing hysterically, and it just become this big contagion, and everyone's dancing in the streets. And apparently there's about 400 people that got involved in this. Part of the Holy Empire, Holy Roman Empire. And this woman named Frau Trophia stepped into the street and suddenly began to twist, twirl, and shake. And she kept dancing solo, a dance-a-thon, if you will, for nearly a week. And before long, some 36 other joined in. And by August, the dancing epidemic had claimed as many as 400 victims. People actually danced themselves to death. Now, there's some discrepancies and arguments about what caused this. There may have been some moldy rye that created sort of a hallucinogen effect and caused a lot of people to, keep dancing just hysterically. And it wasn't long before it, claimed many lives. Many dancers collapsed of sheer exhaustion. Some even died from strokes and heart attacks. And the strange episode didn't end until about September, when the dancers were whisked away to a mountaintop shrine to pray for absolution. It's a bit of a legend, but it's not hard to think about how these kind of things can happen to us. And I just want to think about how they treated these people then. I mean, it was a very big quote unquote evil rising of just sinners. And it's just in our modern day society, we've like I said in the beginning of this, we've all had that moment where we just laugh at something because we just don't want to cry, or we just roll our eyes. It's part of our human nature. Anyhow, I just thought I had to share this. I have to give pause if we're not heading to this sort of kind of hysteria in our own country right now, the United States of America, because many of us are making TikTok videos and posts on Instagram and Facebook, just laughing at the sheer insanity that is claiming our country and unraveling the very fabric from all different aspects of our country. And so I just thought I'd share this because I think it's an important thing to put in the back of your head and think about.